In fact, spoiler alert. Fuck off, Vince.
Whoa!
1 year ago.
Don't send me anything anymore. Don't, go ahead, give the TV to somebody who needs it. But, by you not getting back to me that Saturday when all the shit was going down, it's just, all you are is a troll. We all know that. But sometimes, even a troll could seem nice.
That is the name of the Stuttering John, Muttering Jay story. Sometimes even a troll can seem nice.
So he doesn't answer a phone call, so John's going to lose his mind? What is he, a bitch?
He's so stupid. I keep telling John, he's trolling you, he's trolling you, he's trolling you. Yeah, I know he trolls me sometimes. No, he's trolling you all the time. That's what he's doing. And
That's
John
how
just
it
keeps
works.
falling for it. Yeah, that's how that works.
How they rope you in to
Yes.
knock you down.
So we'll see where this goes, because on this episode that came out yesterday, he's flicking him off and telling him it's over. But I'm sure Vince will figure out a way to be pissed at one of John's. As soon as Vince goes, yeah,
I'm sorry I don't have the clip for this, but just before he flicks off Vince, he's like, maybe you shouldn't have your kids like me so much or something like that.
I know. It's
Like,
so stupid.
Yeah, he's breaking up with the kids.
It's so funny, too, because Cardiff's on. I don't think I have this clip. Cardiff's on, and they're talking, and Cardiff's like, his kids don't care about you, John. Why are you falling for that? And John goes, no, he sent me a photo of his kids watching TV with me on it. That's what he does. And that's what he does, John. You're still falling for it. Fucking idiot. He's so stupid. Now, one of the things about John that we've been talking about for a couple of years now are the soccer.
1 year ago, he's been off the internet for 2 months. Nobody cares. Plenty of material. Nobody's going out of business.
Accounts on Twitter. And he's so obvious about it because you get Yankee fan and Maple Leaf fan and Twitty Police and all these guys, all they care about is Stuttering John. So whether someone's talking bad about John and they have to go on there and go, no, that's not the case, or if it's just some other big thread that's going on Twitter and these guys jump in and go, you.
Also, John's grammatical structure, when he writes, it's so easy to tell it's him every time.
should go on Stuttering John's podcast. You're like, why would someone care so much about Stuttering John's podcast unless they're Stuttering John? Well, finally, John admits he had a lot of sock accounts.
Because then the guy goes, hey, are you, Twitty or something? I go, look. Because really, just like Lady Kmart, when he asked me, was this sock account yours? Was this sock account? Dude, I was fucking sock hop crazy. I made so many, I don't even know the names of them.
And he swore on his life and his kids' lives that he had no fake accounts, no sock accounts. So listen.
Anymore. Somebody like Lady K, were you Yankee? Were you Toronto? I'm like, I don't remember. Why? Because I made so many.
Think about that for an excuse. You're before the judge, you're like, did you?
John claims he has a photographic memory. He said you can give him 20 numbers in any order, and he'll remember them and give it back to you. He's such a liar. It's unbelievable. He's delusional.
Murder Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I don't know if I murdered Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I murdered so many fucking people. Think I'm keeping track of that shit? I called John out for having sock accounts. He's just like, I don't know. He never sit there and go, yeah, no, I had sock accounts. He's just like, I don't know. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I've had so many sock accounts. What kind of excuse is that?
Yeah.
John, and the problem is, again, and I say this all the time, if John would just fess up, we all know it. We all see what's happening. You're bad at this. We all know that they're your sock accounts. You denied it. You loved laying into Howard Stern when Howard Stern told his staff to create Twitter accounts and message celebrities. You should go on the Howard Stern show. John's like, that's pretty small.
Yeah, I know. I wonder where you got that idea.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then he calls out Howard Stern for doing that, acting like it's the craziest thing someone could do, and then John does it. So later on in this same episode, this is what's so nuts about John. This same episode, he's talking about when he was texting with Vinny. Vinny was sitting right where you were, Andy, and we were doing point dabble point. And
That's why this chair's broken.
sorry about
Oh,
that.
okay.
And Vinny and Phil Elmore were going at it. And so John was constantly texting Vinny information to say to Phil Elmore. And, you know, the famous story, of course, is that there were 8 texts in a row, and Vinny never responded to him. So that's when John's like, well, I'm not going to the meeting. We're not friends anymore, whatever. Even though all of the texts were, like, in the moment. But John's explaining what those texts were saying.
He was claiming I'm the one that got Shuli's sponsor taken down. I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with that. So I was texting him, Vince, that I didn't do anything like that. Then I was like, Vince, I don't have any sock accounts. I was trying to give him intel to, like, fight that fat fuck Phil back.
That's funny, because earlier in this episode, you talked about how many sock accounts you had, more than you could keep track of. You can't even remember all your sock accounts. And then, before you admitted that, you were texting Vinny to say you don't have any sock accounts. So you were lying.
Yeah.
John, you're a liar. And it's obvious. We all know it. I'll give you another example of that. Another lie that comes up in this same episode. Now, as we know, Rocco, a.k.a. Tukey, El Horrible, Bedabbler, the guy's name's Rocco. He doesn't care that that's out there. But John's been putting out some sensitive information about Rocco, including his address. And John loves weaponizing information.
We did get Rocco Burrows' address. We did. That we know is true.
What's your credit card debt balance? If it's $10,000 or more, here are 3 easy solutions you can start implementing today.
I know his wife's name, his kids' names, everything. Am I going to do anything with it? No. No.
Then why'd you get it? Just to be creepy?
Or why bring it up even?
And why even bring it up? I know his kids' names?
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, well, you're just being a creep.
So I could bring it up later.
Yeah.
When I feel like I want to.
Am I going to do anything? It's likely.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so fast forward, he has Cardiff on the show, and Cardiff's calling him out for all the doxing that he's doing. And we covered it on the emergency episode we did on Monday, where we showed on his Twitter, he's putting out every real name he thinks he has. He's putting hashtag Hamilton. He had a photo of someone's house. He's putting out there. He's just trying to menace people with all this doxing. So Cardiff calls him out on that. And you just heard him say he knows Rocco's address, his wife's name, his kids' names. Now he says this.
I didn't fucking give his address out.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You put up in a super chat. More than once.
His address?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I don't know his address.
You do.
A potato is way smarter than this guy. Just unbelievable.
It's insane. His lies have gotten so bad lately.
I just love Cardiff so much, though.
Yeah, Cardiff killed it on this episode. We're going to get into that. Cardiff did a very good job. This is not an easy thing to do. Trying to reason with an unreasonable person like John. Not an easy thing to do. Cardiff did a great job. And so right there, John goes, we know Rocco's address. And then Cardiff goes, yeah, why'd you dox Rocco? You put his address up. I don't even know his address. I mean, just earlier admitted that you
Just
did.
minutes ago.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes has passed by, John.
You didn't just say it. You flexed over it.
Yes, I know. He's all proud of himself over it. All right, so now John's going to explain that he doesn't have a problem with Cardiff, which is weird because he was just striking Cardiff's channel, and they seem to be having an issue.
That's how I bust balls.
But this is hilarious because listen to what he says right after talking about how he had all these sock accounts that he was lying about all that time.
I don't have a problem with Cardiff. So, I removed the strike on Cardiff because Cardiff emailed me, he ain't going to put it up. If he does, then he's not a man, of his word. I am.
He's a man of his word. This liar who keeps lying all the fucking time.
Maybe that's the word.
He's a man of his word. He's insane. And I know he'll watch this and he'll go, yeah, but it was different. I had to lie. It's everyone against me. Like, he always has a reason why he's allowed to lie and no one else is allowed to lie.
That was different.
That was different. That was different. I did it because I like to lie, but I don't like to lie and I can't lie, but I do lie a lot. So for whatever reason, John keeps bluffing on this lawsuit with Rocco. Now, what happened is Rocco did a video, El Horrible, the show they do, Bedabbler on Saturday mornings. They did a show where they watched the video of the wedding, Susanna remarried, and John's children gave speeches. Very nice speeches, very well spoken. Seemed like a lot of love. Everything was very touching, in my opinion. I watched it. And John is claiming that he owns the copyright to that video, and he's going to sue Rocco for putting that video out. And he's already put a strike on Rocco's channel. And so the big debate right now is Rocco saying, I don't need to have these videos out. It's up on Rumble. 7,000 people have watched it on Rumble. The people will continue to go watch it there. So it's still out there. And Rocco's saying, if you just drop the strike, having a strike on your YouTube channel sucks because you can get your channel taken away. So Rocco's saying, if you just remove the strike, I'll take the video down. I won't put that one back up. I'll take it down off of Rumble. We'll be good. Which was actually a really nice offer. John took that as a threat for whatever reason. I think it's because he's an idiot. John goes, whoa, you're threatening me? It's like, no, he's making you an offer. It's actually really reasonable. So John just keeps doubling down on this lawsuit he's going to go through with. Because what happened is John has a certain amount of time to file a lawsuit or else YouTube drops the strike. Because Rocco finally put through a counter and said,
Right.
look, if I've broken the law here, then take me to court. Because there's no law that's been broken here. So for whatever reason, John continues.
He can't own the copyright on Susanna's wedding. She paid a photographer to do it. She owns it. Technically. He wasn't even invited, you know. He has no right to any of this.
To threaten this. And he's even saying, this is the thing, John loves to talk about how he has money and he can afford to sue people. But now just recently he goes, I have this old friend. We grew up together. He knows my kids. He's an attorney. He's going to do a pro bono. So Rocco, go ahead and go through with it. I could do this for free now. So he's already changed the narrative on this. But now he's saying that he's definitely going to follow through with this lawsuit.
Look, I don't give a fuck either way. Because come 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, I'm driving downtown and I'll file. It's just sad because it doesn't have to come to this. Look how easy it was for Cardiff. All he had to do was say, John, I hereby say I'm not going to fuck. You know, although he spelled that wrong, it doesn't matter.
He's still going after people for
I
fire.
know. He's just swinging at anything.
We call it out every tweet, everything he puts out. There's grammatical errors, spelling errors,